Ah, what a beautiful snowy scene here at the East Broad Top Railroad. That says Freight Depot, but if we look back here, that looks kind of close to the Rock Hill Furnace Yard. What's up, guys? Angry Ragtimer here, and today we're going to recreate one of the East Broad Top's Christmas and Coal Country trains. We've recreated the Rock Hill Furnace Yard and the Rock Hill Trolley Museum to the best of our abilities here in Railroader, given both, or not Railroader, Railroads Online, with spatial limitations and the stock buildings and whatever. So we have the correct number of tracks in the yard. We've got most of the buildings set up in the way that they would have. We've had to take some creative liberties for some things. We have the Rock Hill Trolley Museum represented if you're a trolley person. And we have the Shade Gap branch heading down that away. We have the line that will eventually head to Three Springs Saltillo down there. But for today, we're going to just recreate the northbound run up to Colgate Grove, and we have a little railroad built for that. So we're going to go ahead and check that out. Let's get back down to ground level. Pay no mind to the somewhat derailed cars in the yard here. But on this beautiful snowy day, if you head over, you head past the electrical and brake shop, the car shops down there. The passenger trains for the tourist runs are usually spotted on the ready track. The track then splits off here for the M3, which is represented by our little porter. Handcar is also in here too. And we have as realistic of a train as we can for the EBT. Out here on the turntable is going to be our seed for today, number 16, nicknamed Nick of the EBT. We do have in the roundhouse most of the locomotives that are on the broad top, again, as closely represented as we can. So we have the Uinta to represent the mighty M1, because there's not a diesel model in here. We have number 12, Millie, as a cook, but it has the nice paint lap that Millie has, so there you go. Heading across, we have number 18. Number 18's had better days and is definitely worn out. 16th berth is here. And then, we put the other engines over here, so we've got 15 and 14 represented. We also have over here in the final two stalls the M7, our Ruby Basin, and number 17. And that one, don't worry about the quicksand in here. That's all part of the process. So the folks in the roundhouse have been kind enough to already coal and water this engine for us, and we are ready to go for an afternoon Christmas and Coal Country departure. So with all that said, let's go ahead back to the yard and get her tied up to our train. Now this map is actually something that I've been working on for a while and was made maybe a year or two ago. And a bunch of the folks that you usually see, like Midland, Pancakes, Auntie, General, and all of them have played on this map before. And it's something that we're kind of constantly tweaking in the background. So, again, as best a restoration or representation, as I said, as we can. So there's a stone house, there's the storehouses, there's the machine shop. We've got the water tower here, there's a coal dock. We've got some of the other buildings represented, the paint shops off in the distance. That's more of like the lumber shed, a carpenter shop. Everything in here is, again, a close representation. So we're going to go ahead, keep backing up. Now back here in the yard, we, again, creative liberties. We have the coal dock. There's a water tower back here. Is our switch set? It appears to be so. Fantastic. And then you do have a bit of a double-track main line that goes down for a bit before splitting off. So there you go. Alrighty, let's go ahead. Get our switch thrown here, and we're going to go up the main, which should then take us up to the Orbizonia station, and we will then go ahead and get coupled up to our train. So let's see here. So I, of course, have been working on the Christmas and Coal Country runs in the station, helping out with everything for the past few weeks. And Hopefully you guys are enjoying this on a very Merry Christmas. Hopefully everything's going well. We had a lot of fun with all the people that came to see us at the Broad Top. And if you weren't able to make it out in 24, hope you'll come out to see us in 2025. Their website's eastbroadtop.com. And, there's a lot of great things to do. The train rides, the tours, the trolley rides to the Trolley Museum, dinner trains, special events, all sorts of stuff. So keep an eye out for that. As we start to approach the station, let's go ahead and let them know that we're coming. And usually, since I'm in the station, they will call for someone to flag the crossing. So then I come running out. But here we go. Alrighty, and as we block the crossing, which is typical, we throw the switch back to us, which should take us back to the ready track, and we'll go ahead and get our train. All right, come on, nice and gently. Get us into a nice hook. All right, so we've got our passenger contest here. So usually that's 3 coaches, a combine, and the caboose. And this is the new caboose model that they just added. So it's still more or less a bobber, but actually has trucks under it. So again, as close as we could get. We have the handbrake tied back here. Let's go ahead and untie that. And they got the cruise stove going in there too, which is nice. So now that we're all laced up, I think it's time to pull in the station, and we'll board our passengers for the next Christmassy cold country train. Let's just watch it roll in from the beauty of the station here. Hopefully it moves faster. There. Or is it stuck in the snow? Wow, you weak little locomotive. Cheese and rice. Okay. Gotta keep that eye on that thing. It's okay, 16. I'll flag the crossing for you. All right, boys, you're taking too long. I know we're supposed to have a grand entrance into the station, but come on. Alrighty, while our passengers load, let's run back. Let's flip the switch behind us here. So the total round trip is going to be about 9 miles for us here. 4.5 up, 4.5 back. So, maybe there's music playing on the platform. Maybe there's the happy wave of the conductor and brakeman as people get on. But thankfully, they're very quick and they're invisible here. So let's just assume that we're good to go. Alrighty, time to highball with Christmas in Coal Country. Alrighty. So we are good to go. Something is dragging. I think something's dragging. Pardon me, excuse me. Brakes are off. Is it just the snow? Because I took the caboose brake off. Nope, I didn't. That would be why we're struggling. Alrighty, and we pass through the north end of the yard here as we head out of town. We have where the water tower would be, and we have our first bridge. And then, let's see, are we facing the right way? Yes, we are. We roll through the town. We have our first crossing. And over there in the distance is our sawmill in this map. Let's go ahead and continue down here. So as we come around here, there is a bit of a little area for the sawmill off in the distance. We're going to head down through the gap here at Pine Valley and then head across because Colgate Grove is way off in the distance over there. How's our fire doing? Good. Man, you could barely tell where these tracks goes with these giant snow. Interesting. All right, as we come through the gap, our little snow train is going to slow down as we start to hug the different ridge side. And as we come through the ridge, looks like the weather has changed just a little bit. It's a little clearer. Maybe some of the snow will end and it'll still give us something pretty to look at, but maybe clear off the rails just a little bit for us. All right, now we have our high ridge. Call this poke trestle if you want. So this is our way of getting across the big valley here. And you can see down there we actually have an oil refinery. This is a moved industries map on our end here. So that snow's vanishing pretty quickly as well. Interesting. But Colgate Grove is over there somewhere. So we need to make up time because we need to go pick up a very special guest. I will say this little locomotive does a pretty good job. Is it close-ish to 16? Yes. Is it exactly? No. A mud hen is not the same as the far superior EBT Makados, but it'll do the job. Alrighty, and here we are. We're coming on up to, I believe, is Colgate Grove. Is it? I don't remember. Nope, we're coming up to it. There's a passing sighting here. We had to throw in for operations nights. There's the Colgate Grove Y. And off to your right, you might have seen, if you rode the train, a special guest who might want to board the train. So we're going to go ahead, turn around on the Y, pick up our guest, and then head back to Rock Hill, or Bezonia. All right, let's get around this corner here. Start slowing down. The conductor's probably calling car counts as we go past this switch. Okay. Let's get back here to the Y. Perfect. It's like we planned it like this. All right, let's give our signal to the engineer to come back. Alrighty, our weather seems to be all over the place. First it was snowy, then it was clear, and then it got snowy again. So we'll see. Alrighty, so as we shove up the tail of the Y here, usually the fireman is ready to then throw the switch back for us. At one point, apparently, the switches at Colgate Grove had springs on them, which made life really easy because you didn't have to throw them. It was just a regular part of the operation. So let's go ahead, reset the switch for us here. Switch is lined. Perfect. Let's get this back up. Alrighty, let's go ahead and throw this next switch here for us. Ooh, chilly there. And come on, let me in. Let me in. All right, and as we approach the end of the Colgate Grove Y, once that switch is passed with the caboose, we'll have to go ahead and reset that. But we're going to stop because in real life there would be Santa Claus right there, coming to meet all the good people who decided to ride our trains. Alrighty, so let's go over, get that switch thrown while Santa greets everyone and boards the train. Switch is not, yep, it's lined. Perfect. All right. Let's get this train a-rolling back to Rock Hill. And I just remembered this switch hasn't been reset yet, and that could have been bad. All right, come on, Christmas train. Control the speed real quick. Let's put a handbrake or two on. Oh, I threw the wrong switch. Whoops. But maybe we'll be able to recover this. Stop the big train. Stop the train. Stop the train before this goes Polar Express. You know, it's railroading. Sometimes things happen, and sometimes they don't. And this time something silly happened. All right, we got to get this train rolling, so let's go ahead, kick off those handbrakes, and fix the marker lights. It's time to play the music. It's changed the marker lights. Let's go and ride the broad top on this winter train tonight. Do-do-do-do. Okay. Oh God, there's snow in the caboose. That is terrifying. Okay. All right, now as we head back, let's enjoy maybe. Oh, I can't see crap out of here. Well, I guess now we can. So here we go. As we roll back through the nice wintry bliss that we're in. Okay. And the Combine has nothing really of interest in it for us. So we're going to go ahead and just move up to the coaches here. As we climb up towards McMullen's Summit on our return journey. Oh, look at those couplers. Those don't play nice with each other at all. That's kind of sad, actually. All right, meanwhile, on our passenger train, everything seems to be doing okay. Yeah, what the heck are these couplers up to? These need to be adjusted in game. That looks terrible. At least these seats are facing forwards. And those, yeah, they're just Bluetooth. Sheesh. Right up here, as we cross this bridge, we'll just call that McMullen Summit here. As we head back with the broad top train through the winter. And just like the real 16, this engine barely feels the weight of the train behind her. So that's good. Let's hurry back. Oh, Rock Hill. Let's put the pedal down. How's our coal supply? We'll get another scoop or two. All right, as we steam through the afternoon here, we are almost back to the Rock Hill yard. And that means that we got to slow down because we got to throw some switches here. All right, so as we cross the Black Log Bridge, we come up to actually where the pump house would have been. I think we can make it before the engine gets there. So we're going to throw the switch that goes onto the pin mill track. And the pin mill track is track 3 in the yard that once served a pin mill that was at the north end of the EBT's yard here. Let's go ahead, give a little more beans to get through the switch. Come on. Alrighty, once you're through the switch, we'll go ahead and throw it. And it looks like we are good to go. Alrighty. Highball, we need to go to the, well, I guess we have to go to the crossing and start throwing other switches. Man, we're just kind of drifting down here. This conductor's getting a workout today. Alrighty. Switches. That switch is wrong. This switch is correct. And then looks like, oh boy, there's a lot of switches that are wrong. That should fix it. So let's go ahead and continue down. Okay, come on, trains. Alright, so as we go across Meadow Street and past the station, we then pass by what is today's Rock Hill Trolley Museum. Used to be the Pucky Coal Building right there. And then we have some of the car barns there. They keep some of the buildings. There's the freight house. There's some other warehouses that are still over here. And then as we come to what would have been the Shade Gap branch of the EBT, we're going to go ahead and slow down as we have some switches that we need to maneuver. So let's go ahead and slow down. Looks like 2 cars. 1 car. And that will do. All right, the conductor will then throw the lovely, lovely switch back here, which will then reverse us past RTY's buildings and back to the other end of the Rock Hill Yard. And I hope that we are aligned, but we're going to make it work one way or another. Let's go ahead, throw our backing lamp on. Wrong direction. Wrong direction, you dumbass. Throw the reverse the correct way. And I really hope that these switches are set the right way. And they are not. Okay. Let's fix that real quick. It's all this damn snow. Can't tell where crap is. Okay. And then that will line us out. Okay. As we go down, we'll make sure to throw this switch back as we pass it. As we are the engine crew, at least on today's trip. Come on. Alrighty, finish up over the switch here. We're just going to let it roll, so we'll catch it here momentarily. Alright, switch is lined. Let's continue back. And come on, you. Alrighty, so as we shove back here, hopefully we have clear switches through the yard. I do wish there was a way to drive the engine from third person and not just having to be in the cab, because that would make life a hell of a lot easier. But as we come through, we pass by some of the trolley barns. That used to be the coach barn that held the Orzonia car. Over there is the RTY car barn 1, which the EBT shares with them. And then again, we come back through the shops that have a whole bunch of cars in there. Usually just be full of hoppers. We have a little bit of everything because we've used it as our main storage yard as well. And while this track is not 100% accurate, it's close enough to what we can make it. So we'll tie back in here to the main. And as we go, I'm just going to make sure our crossover switch is thrown up here. So that switch is wrong. That's fine. And then, perfect, yep, we'll go past the coal dock and out. So back our train goes, just like the real one does. Okay. Through the crossover switch. Alrighty. And we will slow down to catch the switch back on the main here. And we're going to just leave that set as we highball through the yard back to the station. We don't need that light on anymore. There we go. So again, past the coal dock, the water tower. There we have the lumber shed, carpenter shop, other buildings here. The machine shop and the locomotive shop are here. We had to add an extra track for the rip track there. And then we come back through the yard as the throngs of people wait for the next train. So here we go. Alrighty. And with that, we have made it back. And we're back here at the Orbizonia station to load up another train of guests for Christmas in the Coal Country. So here's a little take on what that might have looked like if it was in Railroads Online. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you liked this sort of stuff, let me know in the comments below. Like the video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and a huge thank you to all of our channel members who help support the channel in many ways. Thank you, number 16. We'll see you next year. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye-bye.